What's going on, everyone? Moose here, Cigars and Gear, and once again we're back with another product from our friends over at Acetac. This is their IFAC, and let me tell you, it's just about as good as this Tatuaje Reserva Uno, and I love IFACs. If you don't know what IFAC is, I'm here to tell you. It's an individual first aid kit. What that means is this is your first aid kit for if you're in a combat scenario, everything that you need or potentially your buddy needs to put you back into a condition that is best suitable for the condition that you're in until you can be taken out of the field and properly cared for. Did that sound intelligent? Because I made that up on the fly. But that is actually what it's for. This kit has everything that you should need for most traumatic injuries caused by bad things happening. And we're going to go through it today. We're going to talk about it. And my cigar went out. Man, that thing's good. So good. It's the second one I've smoked this week. So, first and foremost, IFAC. It's got a great little molly, strap set up on the back. It's got a nice bungee strap that comes around the front. Actually, not bungee, but it comes with a nice strap to hold it into place. Some people may be saying, why does it have that strap? Well, because of this. Right? You can pull this off of your gear, right? So this will stay connected to your gear. This can be pulled off of your gear so that you can access everything inside of your IFAC. A couple of different things. There's IFAC, there's BuddyFAC, there's all kinds of MyFACs, there's all kinds. IFACs are generally for you. BuddyFACs are your buddy behind you needs to get to one. There you go. They're really all the same thing, so try not to be too confused. There is slight differences, but let's talk about what comes inside of this thing. First off, it's got it does have molly loops on the outside, so you can attach other things. It's got your Velcro across the front, your little first aid badge, so people know exactly what's in there. Smart thinking. Even the red handle, smart thinking. The majority of my gear is in multicam. So if you just have a bunch of multicam stuff on you and you're in need of this and you can't take care of yourself, you want somebody to identify quickly where your first aid is. And red is exactly that. Red designates generally first aid. So having something with red strings on it, a red first aid badge, and a red handle kind of tells them, hey, this is the one I need to get into. So let's get to it. Let's open this puppy up. It does have the zippers that come all the way around the bottom, which is nice. Totally folds open, which is paramount. Nobody wants to be trying to dig to the bottom of something when it's right there. It does come with a cat tourniquet, okay? Which is, if you don't have one, listen, tourniquets are not all tourniquets. There are some that are better. But I will say, one tourniquet, at least if you have it, it's better than zero tourniquets. Comes with some medical tape. It's going to come with some alcohol pads in here. It's going to come with some gloves. It's going to come with these are the compression gauze. So as soon as you open this up, this thing's going to start coming apart. And the reason for that is so that it's nice and compact, but it's good for packing wounds. Down here we have this is an emergency compression bandage, right? So we've got one of those in there as well. So you're not just limited to your tourniquet. You've actually got some extra stuff in there. It's got a pair of medical shears. Definitely important. Cutting clothing off, getting down to the base of what the problem is. It does have a nasal airway kit, which is nice. It even comes with the lubricating gel for it. If you don't know how to work these things, there are lots of videos out there. Basically, it's an airway that you can insert through the nose that'll go into the airway. That way, if there's mouth bleeding or, you know, teeth broken or just in general, somebody's having a struggle with breathing, this is going to help tremendously. So it's always nice to have one of those. We've got a space blanket, a thermal blanket. Listen, if you've never put on a thermal blanket, go do it. You'd be surprised. Even sitting in your house putting this on, it's amazing how quick your temperature will go up. It really is crazy. It's got an abdominal pad. You know, this is just, you know, like compression, you know, for keeping you whatever. We've got 2 chest seals. These are, man, these things are invaluable. Once again, if you don't know how to utilize these things, just go do some YouTube video searching. Lots and lots of videos on when, why, how, and if you need to use one of these things. But I can tell you that it's important that you understand at least the basics. It's also got a splint, so, you know, if you're out hiking or whatnot and you know, sprain your ankle, break an arm, whatever, these splints are just amazing, right? And even on the splint, it actually shows you how to do a neck splint, a foot, a leg, a knee, a wrist, a finger, an arm. So having these splints are incredibly valuable. Incredibly valuable. So I think they did a great job on, and we're not done yet, but I think they did an amazingly good job at putting stuff in here. You know, the number one thing about any kind of trauma kit is control bleeding, right? If you're bleeding internally, dude, unless you're Doogie Howser, MD, you are not going to perform open surgery in the field. Not me and you, right? No. Maybe I got a surgeon watching and he'd go, wait a minute, with a Swiss Army knife and a lighter, I'll sterilize that puppy and we'll do some surgery in the field. Awesome. Not me. I am not going to do any kind of surgery in the field. In this little side pack here, we've got, oh, let's see here. What do we got? We've got some sterile gauze swabs, as well as just some basic Band-Aids. I will probably add Super Skin to this, as I really enjoy Super Skin. Super Skin is just amazing. It's got some triangle bandages. It's got another dressing. This is another, you know, just a wound dressing. And then most importantly, it actually has a marker. Very, very important. Why is it important? Because of the tourniquet. If you look at any tourniquet out there that's worth any kind of weight in gold, it's going to have this really cool little strap on it that says time. You need to record the time of how long that tourniquet has been on somebody's body. Maybe not necessarily for you, but certainly for EMS or whoever else might be showing up, they need to know how long has this tourniquet been on there. While it's important to control bleeding, which is first and foremost, you can actually cause some major damage by not allowing any blood flow at all to the rest of the extremity. I, for example, when I was younger, put my arm through a glass window, and I have scarring all under my arm. It cut across the back. They actually put me in a tourniquet, which was fine, but after about, X amount of time, I don't remember because I was pretty out of it, it was hurting so badly that they actually would loosen it for a minute, allow some blood flow to go back to the rest of my hands and my arms that were still able to get blood, and then they would crank it back down and I would go back to not bleeding like a pig. But it was important to allow a little bit of that blood flow. So I'm not telling you to ever loosen up a tourniquet, because being alive is better than losing a limb. However, they're going to want to know for their purposes. So having that marker, great idea. Great idea. Let's see, what else? I think that's it, actually. But, you know, like I said, this is everything that you need. There's actually some molly webbing on the inside here, so, you know, you could put a couple more bandages in here. There's some molly web here where you could put a pen, you know, maybe a notebook. Having a notebook in any situation is a great idea, even if all you're doing is recording, you know, maybe their pulse rate. Or, you know, hey, he passed out, you know, at this time, I had to wake him up, you know, because in a stressful situation, you may not remember everything that took place. So having the ability to jot that stuff down is great. This actually is removable as well. So you can actually remove this pouch right out of the IFAK itself. So great little setup, to be honest. I mean, it really, truly is. You know, it's got a lot of room in it, and you know, it's everything that you would need, like I said, to control a situation that hopefully none of us ever have to be in. You know, being prepared is the name of the game. Not wishing to God that you could use your IFAK. Like, oh man, you know, I'm glad I bought that IFAK. Now, man, I wish I had a reason to use it. Nobody wants a reason to use this. Nobody. You shouldn't. If you do, you're a little narcissistic, and you should probably like go into some therapy or something. But great idea to have, even if you're not into the chest rigs or the body armor, and you just want to be prepared in case something bad happens. You know, you can carry these things in your car. You can put them anywhere you want. As a matter of fact, we've got a kit that is incoming from our friends over at Airgun Tactical, and I can tell you that I will have one of these mounted to that kit. I can't wait to bring you that. But in the meantime, check out Acetac. I will have a link down in the description down below, and you'll be able to check them out. This kit is actually something that they carry, but I don't believe they build this. It does have a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. So if, you know, the zipper or whatever breaks, it's still really good quality stuff. It really, really is, man. It's solid. You know, I don't foresee any issues at all. So with that being said, I'm Moose. This is Cigars and Gear. Be good to each other. God bless. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.